on the south side of Frostproof Sunday evening at about 5 p.m. I have been giving you several updates. To me, this is a particularly disturbing event, and it is because the victim was only 22 years of age. Now, he was there to sell marijuana. He was on an app to sell marijuana. And the person who was communicating with him is the suspect that we didn't talk about yesterday by name, Charles Andrew Jackson III. He went online and said that he wanted to buy $400 worth of marijuana from our victim. He's 16 years of age. So our victim gets the directions. It's actually in his cell phone whenever we arrive at the scene. He gets the directions from Charles, and he goes from Eagle Lake, where he lives, with $400 worth of marijuana. Now, people want to tell you it's a low-level, nonviolent crime. Well, that's baloney. I want you to talk to our victim's mother. She has a 22-year-old son that's now dead over this. Or, quite frankly, talk to Ty Allen or Charles Andrews' family and ask them if marijuana is nonviolent and low level. Both of them face first-degree murder. So in any event, our victim shows up, and Charles Jackson III approaches the car along with Ty Allen, and they carry on a conversation. Now, I want you to understand that Ty is 15 and Charles is only 16. Let me underscore that once again. We're talking about teenage kids in high school. After about a 3 or 4 minute conversation, Charles pulls out of a book bag that's owned by Ty this Draco AK-47 and shoots our victim 3 times. Our victim obviously is mortally wounded. His foot comes off of the gas pedal. The car rolls about a half a block down the street off of the edge of the road where it stops. 911's called. Now, Ty and Charles flee. Then Ty says, oh my gosh, my book bag is still in the middle of the road, the one that he gave Charles to hide the Draco in. So he runs back to get his book bag. He runs home. Charles disappears. We highly suspect at that moment in time that Charles Andrew Jackson III calls his dad, Charles Andrew Jackson Jr., who's 37 and lives in Avon Park, to pick him up. In any event, he gets away from the scene. We work the investigation, and the next day we go to Charles' house in Avon Park, Charles Jackson Jr., and ask for the son. He says he doesn't know where he is. Well, while we're there talking with him, he starts texting and erasing texts. He has texted his son and told him, run, the cops are after you. He goes to jail again. He's been to jail before for tampering with evidence and accessory to first-degree murder. This guy's already been to prison twice for resisting, aggravated assault, burglaries, violation of probations. He's a bad dude. And his son is a murderer. So his son, who he's trying to cover for, runs. Unlike Ty Allen's family, who is totally cooperating. Ty says, I didn't shoot anybody. Charles did the shooting. Charles, he lies to us before he lawyers up as well. Guess what? Who would have thought? We were in Avon Park because we thought Charles Jackson III was down there with his father. Nope. He goes to school in Lake Wells. He showed up for school. Did you hear what I said? Monday morning, he showed up for school at Lake Wells High School like nothing had happened. And he just murdered a guy by shooting him 3 times with this Draco. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can well imagine, we don't know where this gun is right now, and we want it. So we're willing to pay $5,000 for the recovery of this AK-47 that our 22-year-old victim was shot with. $5,000. Think about that. You can call Crime Stoppers, put us in touch with this gun. You make $5 grand. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, the investigation's ongoing. But this is truly a sad set of circumstances. First and foremost, I'm always angered when people say, oh, if we just legalized marijuana, then this wouldn't have happened. You folks are nuts. We know in every state that's legalized marijuana, the drug dealer has proliferated, sells more because they can sell the illegal drug much cheaper than the government regulated, grown, and taxed marijuana. In addition to that, we're talking about 2 15-year-old kids facing first-degree murder and the rest of their life in prison. Because a 22-year-old kid, and at 22, yes, you're an adult, but you're still a kid, is on an app selling marijuana. There's no winners here. And the families of the suspects are left with teenagers that are going to be in prison for the rest of their life, as you should when you murder somebody. And we've got a mother and family of a 22-year-old who's now dead because he went to make a little money selling marijuana. Ladies and gentlemen, sad situation. Now, I have one more press release I want to talk about, but is there any questions you have on this one?
I do have several questions. Charles is the one who's suspected of shooting.
Being the trigger man.
Okay. Are you investigating how he had the gun? Did you suspect it was stolen?
We have no idea about where that Draco came from, but obviously a 16-year-old can't legally possess and or buy such a gun, so it's a street gun from someplace.
And what is their relationship to suspects?
The 2 suspects, they're friends. I believe that they have met because one of their parents is dating or friends with the other family.
Okay. And then the father was charged with what in relation to?
Accessory to murder and tampering with evidence.
And then my final question, why are they both being charged with first degree if one of them was the trigger?
Well, because they both were principals in this investigation. Tyjon, he provided the book bag to hide the Draco. He was there with and conspired to buy the marijuana. So they both were there and approached the car, and the trigger man just happened to be the other guy.
And I guess that's a good message to have. Even if you don't pull the trigger, you can still catch charges.
Absolutely, because they clearly conspired, worked together in order to rob this guy. They didn't have $400 to buy $400 worth of marijuana, and they intended all along to rob him when he got there, and that's exactly what they did. Okay? The next thing I want to speak with you about is massage parlors. As you know, illegal massage parlors were run out of this county a long time ago because they couldn't operate according to law. I worked a lot on that back in the day when I was a captain and a major and a colonel. Well, now our legal massage parlors, a few of them, a very few of them, are doing things illegally. So once again, we have arrested some folks that are prostituting out of massage parlors. In every instance, it's been Asian females, as it is this time. Ping Li was charged with operating an unlicensed massage parlor, not prostitution. Wen Jing Zhang is 57. She was charged with prostitution, among other charges. And Zay Zaniski, who's 56, was charged with prostitution, along with other charges. These were located one in Lakeland, one in Davenport, and one near Claremont up at the North County line. But here's the message. We're putting these folks out of business when they violate the law, and it's important to understand that they're going to jail. There's no tickets, there's no citations, you're going to jail. This is about the fourth operation we've done in the last year or so. So understand this. If you do an inappropriate, illegal massage, you absolutely unequivocally are going to be arrested, and we're going after your license. And if you don't have it, we're going to close you down immediately. If you have a license, we're going after your license and close you down. Massage parlors are strictly regulated. Massage operators are strictly regulated. These folks have been violating the law. Any questions?
Why were these raids carried out?
Excuse me?
Why were these raids carried out? Maybe concern for the people, concern for the community?
We do this because, one, it's against the law. Two, it's a health issue. And three, prostitution leads to human trafficking. Now, I want to underscore none of these ladies are victims of human trafficking. But certainly, we look for common denominators, and when all of the operators that we have arrested, or almost every one of them, have been of Asian descent, Asian ladies, it tells me it's part of a larger operation. Okay? Well, we are dismantling it piece at a time through our operation, because literally you've got to be appropriately licensed. If you're not, that's one set of rules. As a massage therapist, you have to be licensed. The business has to be licensed. And so we're taking administrative action as well as criminal action, and we're stripping down the place, taking their massage tables and everything when we go. I don't know what their arrest history is, but that's one of the things we notice. Once they've been arrested, they shuffle them away, and there's a new set of folks there. Obviously, this investigation is ongoing, and we're not putting up with that baloney. A massage today will get you in the county jail tonight. That's just what I'm saying, okay? See you all later.